Ladies and gentlemen, this case is getting more bizarre each day. It kind of reminds me of Gabby Petito and Madeline Soto, even Riley Strain for that case. Hannah Kobayashi. What is going on here? Started at the beginning of this month, still nothing, almost Thanksgiving. What is going on? You mean to tell me LAPD, FBI has no information on Hannah? Anything at all? Are they trying to build something? Because last time I checked, when it comes to a missing persons case, time is crucial here. And we haven't heard anything, not even a press conference update. There is nothing. We have nothing for us. Nothing going for us. And I just hope and pray to God that this poor girl is doing okay. Because we're getting nothing. But not only that, what hurts me the most is that not only that she is gone, but her father, Ryan, what? So-called committed suicide? Are you kidding me? You expect me to believe around the same time she went missing, around the same area, and the same exact state and city, that all of a sudden, him, while looking for his daughter, while putting in the work, while putting in the time, he wanted to go look for his little baby girl. And you mean to tell me he just wanted to unalive himself? You want me to sit here and believe that a father that put in all this energy and time randomly one day decided to take his own life? For what? For what exactly? You and me, we're not stupid. We're not stupid. I truly and most importantly believe that this is foul play. There is foul play involved, and I know you guys agree with me on that. I really hope that she's okay, and now we need justice for him because she lost a father and he lost a daughter, and they both are sadly taken away from us. As for Hannah, we don't know. She's still missing. Nothing has been concluded or identified. We just have her last known location. This is a visual of her last known location. Does this seem like a girl who wanted to just, what? Start a new life? Does this look like a girl who has plans? Do you see a lot of baggage? Do you see a lot of anything going on? She has headphones, listening to music, minding her business, trying to go to her next location. Because she missed her flight, she's trying to get a new one. Does this look like someone who's going to harm anyone? She's just trying to get to New York City for a photography gig. And now she's gone. A Hawaiian girl, 5'10", 140 pounds, brown hair, with tattoo on forearm, went missing, connected flights to New York City. And you want me to believe around the same time as her father's unaliving, you expect me to believe that there's no connection? Are you kidding me right now? You want me to believe that? And there's holes in this story. Why was the father out that late? Why was he by himself? Why are we not asking these questions? Was he by himself? That's a little strange, huh? That is a little bizarre. Nobody else was with him. He tended up to be unalive by himself. But out of all places, a parking lot? Where's his car? Where's his car? I don't know where. There's no details. And by the way, Hannah, by herself. She was by herself, but last time I checked, who was with Hannah? Who was this other person? Another hole in this developing story. You know, I did some research earlier today, and I cross-referenced both address, and I do have the address of where he unalived himself. So-called unalived himself. If you dare expect me to believe such a stupid scenario that took place. I got the address to his location. And I got the address to her last known location. It sounds like to me, I don't know if this place in New York City has anything to do with this, but let me tell you this. This is a tourist location. Hannah just lost her, what, she missed her flight? Coincidentally, she missed her flight. But not only that, her last ping location was only at the airport. Additionally, her getting this charger, her sending those strange text messages on Monday, something happened between the last of this photo and on Monday. Something happened, and we just don't know yet. You see, this is where the strange text messages started to happen on Saturday. And then Monday was the day of her gig. She was supposed to do some tourist stuff in New York City. She had a plan. With planning comes intent. With intent comes what? Purpose. All this was in purpose of going to New York. Her saying, I saw the light. I had a spiritual awakening. Oh my God. I changed my mind. Bullcrap. It sounds like somebody was scheming on her. When she got there, somebody schemed on her. They preyed on her, took her phone, got her password, unlocked it, robbed her, and God forbid, did something to her. Because if they didn't, we would have found her alive or not alive. But it's the fact that she's missing is the key. She's not found alive or deceased. She's still missing. There is more to this story that we just don't know yet. Now, there were many questions I saw on Reddit and other posts on Facebook and TikTok. Was the family involved? I don't think so. No. The father flew in from Hawaii to LAX. Come on. Could there have been another culprit? Possibly. Was it foul play? Absolutely. More to unpack here today in Novesity. I got some videos and some articles to read to you today. Thank you for tuning with me tonight here on Tuesday, November, in the evening. So do me a favor. I need you to do what you guys always do. Hit the like button, hit the share button, tag one person on this case on Facebook. I need you to do that because, hey, God forbid this happens to another girl. So tag your sister, tag your mom, tag your best friend, tag your cousin. And fellas, tag any woman to make sure that they're safe in situations like this. And YouTube, do your thing. And shout out to all my beautiful members in the chat. Let's get busy. We got some updates. So let's get into it.
Kobayashi, the 30-year-old woman from Hawaii who went missing 15 days ago on her way to visiting her aunt in New York. Here's what we know. It was on Friday, November 8th, Hannah flew from Maui to Los Angeles and missed her connecting flight to New York. Saturday, November 9th, Hannah was seen at the Grove Shopping Mall. It's a popular mall in downtown LA where she went to a bookstore to charge her phone. Sunday, November 10th, Hannah went back to the Grove and was seen in the background of a video attending a LeBron James event. Then on Monday, the 11th, Hannah went back to the airport. At some point, she sent some very concerning texts. She was saying that she was scared and had been tricked, quote, into giving away all my funds for someone I thought I loved. That same night, Hannah was reportedly seen leaving the airport with an unidentified person. But later that night, surveillance video, which has not been released, shows Hannah at a train station also with an unidentified person. I spoke to Hannah's aunt a few days ago about the video. Take a listen.
There's no reason that Hannah would go there unless she was misled, unless she was forced to, or unfortunately now we're thinking unless she was drugged. It made us extremely alarmed to the point where we started sounding the alarm as loud as we could.
What, after seeing the video, you mean?
Yes.
It's already such a sad situation, and now there's another twist to the story. Hannah's father, Ryan, who had gone to LA to search for his daughter, has taken his life. He was actually supposed to be on with me too and was feeling emotional, and now we find out that he has committed suicide. And now here to help us make some sense of all of this is former FBI agent, News Nation Law and Justice contributor Jennifer Coffendorfer.
You know what? I think it's time for me to get Jennifer Coffendorfer on the show because, you know, she keeps it real. Former FBI agent, intelligent woman. She knows her stuff. I think it's time. I actually had one of my mods, I had Bree reach out to her for an interview, and she agreed to come on the show here at Novesity. And I just never gave it the green light. So she was waiting, and I do apologize for that. But now I think I need her insight. I need her insight. I would love for her to come on the show. And we're going to try to get Jennifer Coffendorfer on the show. How do you guys feel about that in the chat? Comment. Also, we're going to read the comments from the last video we talked about with Hannah Kobayashi. I saw you guys posted some comments on YouTube like I told you to. I said every time the podcast ends, post comments on my YouTube video. And you guys did that. And I'm going to read that today. I love some of the comments you guys left, especially for my members. And I love it. So Jennifer Coffendorfer, we're going to get her on because she has wonderful insight, an insightful woman, very intelligent, hardworking. She has many years of experience as an FBI agent. She's incredible, and it would be an honor. Let's continue.
And Dog, the bounty hunter, who actually knows Hannah. It's good to see both of you. Jennifer, I want to start with you. You heard the aunt. She told me that they were disturbed by this surveillance video. The police showed the family surveillance video, but they haven't made the video public. But she didn't want to go into detail. She didn't want to interfere with the investigation. What do you think is going on here? What do you think that video might show?
Well, when you look at that timeline, there was always communication with the family. Her phone was always working. She actually took special steps to charge.
I'm going to actually show this because this is a very good timeline. Because this all started on the 8th, ladies and gentlemen. It was that Friday when she flew in from Maui to LA. She missed her connecting flight going to New York. On November 9th, that's going to be on that Saturday. Seen at the Grove Shopping Center, went back to LAX, called aunt. On November 10th, spotted on video at the Nike event at the Grove. So she was alive and okay at the 8th, 9th, and 11th. On day 11th, ladies and gentlemen, that Monday, she went back to LAX, sent odd texts, left airport with unknown person. It is that from 10th to 11th is where things just didn't make any sense. Because how this whole entire time, ladies and gentlemen, you need to think about it. The gig was on Monday. Do you understand? Look, I'll show you. See, this is what some people was missing. Where's it at? Oh, I gotta find it. On her paper, it said the gig was on Monday. Her gig was on Monday. Why is she still in LAX? So something happened to her on the 10th to the 11th, where what stopped her from going? See, if she missed her flight November 8th, why didn't she just get an emergency flight on the 8th or the 9th? Which is weird. She called her aunt on the 9th, and the aunt probably has more information that she cannot tell us. Because what is stopping her from still getting on a quick flight to go back to New York? California to New York is like 5 or 6 hours. What is, you need to think about it. If she has a gig on the 11th, I would try to get there on the 9th or the 10th. Why is she not on no flight? And what's preventing her? Sunday comes, that is November 10th. She's spotted on a Nike event on the Grove. And that confuses me. On the 10th, she's still, you know what? Hold on. Let me show you. I have 2 maps open. I'm going to show you something. And this is a little freaky because okay. Now I got 3 maps open. We're going to come back to this. This timeline, this quick little timeline is very important here. Oh no. Give me 1 second, guys. There we go. Okay. Because so what I did was I compiled different addresses from the Grove. That day is very shocking to me. It's weird. All these days are important because it tells a story. We can try to compile and understand without being there, try to come up with our own dialogue, the own scenario or how it plays through her actions because she was still in LA. And why? She had a bucket list, ladies and gentlemen. That contradicts with her still being in Los Angeles. Something strange happened with her whole time being there. Her aunt was the only person that talked to her. That's weird. But not only that, I want you to look at what I found out and take a look at this. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to really get into this real quick. Guys, I'm so sorry for that noise. It's just, yeah. I'm going to fix that right now. It's nothing bad, but I got you. Okay, here we go. Okay, I think I got it. I think it's all lining up pretty good. And you know what? I'm going to create a 3rd map. Ooh, I got a better idea. I have a better idea. I'm going to take what's here. I'm going to compile all addresses. Her last location, the LAX location, the father's suicide location, and her last location, and compile them all. This is by the crypto place. Okay, we got to fix that. That right there is, I'm sorry, chat. Give me 1 second real quick. Okay, we're not going to hear that no more. Add a destination and grab. So this is the father's location. So I found, what did I find? The Grove. Hold on real quick. I have an address. Bear with me. I was doing this work earlier today, and I found something. Hold on. 6151 West Century Boulevard. 6151. That is his location. 6151. Sorry, you guys are not supposed to see this side. This is how I do the investigation off screen. So, okay. So this right here, right? And there we go. These are all the locations of what took place. All, you see, this triangle, not a triangle, but it's like almost a triangle you see here, is where the airport is at, but where the father committed suicide. Bull crap. And this is where her location was. 1236 Flower Street, by the crypto place. The Pico Metro Station. Wait a minute. No. No. Wait a minute. That would... Hold on, chat. Some of this stuff I can't. Crypto.com arena. Oh, shit. So this is correct. So she went from LAX. You know what this looks like to me? The crypto market arena was only where it showed us she was alive. It's not to say that something happened at the crypto arena. You understand? So I'm... The Grove... He committed suicide at the airport. That's going more west. East is where she was last spotted. Oh, shit. So... Hold on, chat. I'm trying to understand this. So what I'm getting at reading this map is that whatever's happening originated from LAX. You understand what I'm telling you? So when, just because she was spotted there, that doesn't necessarily mean that something happened there. Somebody took a picture. Hold on. Guys, I'm gonna get back to this. Hold on.
And missed her connecting flight to New York. Saturday, November 9th, Hannah was seen at the Grove Shopping Mall. It's a popular mall in downtown LA where she went to a bookstore to charge her phone. Sunday, November 10th, Hannah went back to the Grove and was seen in the background of a video.
You see what I'm saying? Did you look?
November 9th, Hannah was seen at the Grove Shopping Mall. It's a popular mall in downtown LA where she went.
Where's the Grove Shopping Mall? Right here. But that was on the 9th.
Went to a book scene at the Grove, missed her connecting flight to New York. Saturday, November 9th, Hannah was seen at the Grove Shopping Mall. It's a popular mall in downtown LA, where she went to a bookstore to charge her phone. Sunday, November 10th, Hannah went back to the Grove and was seen in the background of a video attending a LeBron James event. Then on Monday,
That was on that Monday.
Bookstore to charge her phone. Sunday, November 10th, Hannah went back to the Grove and was seen in the background of a video attending a LeBron James event. Then on Monday, the 11th, Hannah went back to the airport. And at some point, she sent some very concerning texts. She was saying that she was scared and had been tricked, quote, into giving away.
That's the part right there, right there. She was hanging out in the Grove because it's a popular shopping center. She needed to charge her phone, so-called. We're going based on what we know that are confirmed facts. 9th, the Grove. But the 10th, she went back to the Grove, but this address indicates 1236 Flower Street near the crypto. This is the place. And this is where the father, may he rest in peace, the parking lot around here. This is where it happened. I got right here. This is where it happened. I got the information. Don't ask how it happened here. And this is exactly, you see what I'm saying? So to me, this sounds like everything stems from the airport. Yes, the Grove Shopping Center is north of this place. But it sounds like she was tailed. Someone was following her. Remember, she was with a person that last day. Where did this person come from? How can she have had this person if the person was never mentioned, but appears out of nowhere? But then something happens to the father at the airport. It's as if whoever was with Hannah watched the news and they were giving out flyers at LAX. That's all where he went to. That's all where he resided at. He went searching even around it because that was her last whereabouts. It wasn't that photo of her in the Grove. It was the 9th or the 8th of this photo. They went, you understand what I'm saying? So we're going based on when the father was alive, of the information he had available, of what they told him. That's why they were giving out stuff at LAX.
All my funds for someone I thought I loved. That same night, Hannah was reportedly seen leaving the airport with an unidentified person. But later that night, surveillance video, which has not been released, shows Hannah at a train station, also with an unidentified person. I spoke to Hannah's aunt a few days ago about the video. Take a listen.
By the way, all this information that I'm doing right before you, all these addresses, members, you're going to have it with you in your group. So if you're a member on Facebook, it's going to be, I'm going to put all this information in the group that you're in, if you have a badge. If you're a member on YouTube, it's going to be in the group if you have a badge. So if you're a member, you got your perks. This is one of them. I'm going to give it all to you so you can look at what I'm looking at. You guys need to see this.
No reason that Hannah would go there unless she was misled, unless she was forced to, or unfortunately now we're thinking unless she was drugged. It made us extremely alarmed to the point where we started sounding the alarm as loud as we could.
What, after seeing the video, you mean?
Yes.
It's already such a sad situation, and now there's another twist to the story. Hannah's father, Ryan, who had gone to LA to search.
Okay, let me go forward and let's go to the interview, okay?
And Dog, you actually knew Hannah, which I kind of wondered about because you're from Hawaii. Hannah's from Hawaii. I know you've got a lot of connections there. What do you know about her?
Well, it wasn't me actually that knew her. It was my daughter, Cecily. And Hannah had spent the night 3 or 4 times with us in Oahu, in Honolulu. And then Hannah, moved on to Maui. But I agree with Jennifer 100%. We used to teach our real children there. We used to say stranger danger. And now it's getting, into, Hannah's 31 years old. All women beware. There are things happening, especially in California.
Guys, if you know anyone who works at that airport right now, if you know anyone who works at that airport, please have them reach out to me. Because if she... Okay.
There are things happening that are unbelievable. And, I think she was snatched. And one thing about it, I hope to God that she's still alive.
Yeah, we all do. Jennifer, just thinking, the police haven't really said much. Dog says maybe she was snatched. You would think if that was the case, there would be press conferences, there would be flyers everywhere. They would be out every day saying, this is the description of who we think took her. We're not hearing much from police, Jennifer.
Nothing.
The reason we're not hearing from them is because there is going to be video surveillance all over that airport, all over that subway station, all over these venues where she's been. So they're pouring all over that. Oftentimes when you see law enforcement reach out, it's because they don't have any more clues to go with. Law enforcement has a lot they're working with right now.
What do you make, Dog, some of the text messages that the family has said they received where she wrote, got tricked into pretty much giving away all my funds, deep hackers wiped my identity, stole all my funds, and have had me on a mind F since Friday? Do you think was drugged in that? Why would she be is it her sending it, do you think?
That's weird because she says since Friday, but she called her aunt on Saturday. The aunt never said anything about that on Saturday. You see, this is... Okay. I would love to talk to the aunt. I have specific questions to ask. Why is no one asking these questions to the aunt? Like, these are the questions that's going to help finding out if that was her sending those text messages, because it looks like it wasn't. And no one uses the words funds. Since Friday. But she talked to her aunt she got a charger on in the bookstore when she went to the shopping center in the Grove. She spoke to her aunt. Okay.
Well, Cecily, my daughter, who knew her very good, there was no way. She might have smoked, which in Hawaii, weed is called pakalolo. She might have smoked some pakalolo as she got older, but she was very, very against drugs. And the text messages, again, Cecily said it doesn't sound like her. And it sounds like, I know a lot of ladies that join these dating places and then send money to the guy, and then he's not real. So I don't think that it was that. I think the text messages was not Hannah.
What do you make of the text, Jen?
Well, I agree. And I agree because of this. The family says they know her vernacular. Remember in cases like Anna Knezevich, or of course, Gabby Petito, where the family pointed out straight away, listen, this does not sound like anything that she would write. And that's what the family is saying here. It's not going with how she texts or her vernacular.
And what do you make, Jennifer? It's so tragic. I couldn't really believe it, but that the dad went to LA to help find her and then
I gotta hear this.
Life.
I gotta hear this.
How do you process that?
I gotta hear what she's gonna say it. Please, Jennifer Coffendorfer, please, I beg you, say the same thing, girl. Again, we're gonna get Jennifer Coffendorfer on the show. I gotta understand this because this is bizarre.
Well, he searched for 13 days, long and hard. And I can't imagine the grief that would overcome a father in this way. And so it seems to me that the motive would have been very clear, at least from his eyes, absolute despair and frustration. And you add on to that, Brian, and the family pointed this out. People not believing the family, people in social media actually going after the family, poo-pooing what they had to say, saying, oh, she's really not missing. She's just on some sort of venture or something like that. It was awful. And the family said, please don't talk like this. We're at a very a vulnerable state. And then look what happened.
Do you think they're going to find her, dog? I mean, how do you think this is going to play out?
Well, I think they are going to find her. We have a new administration coming in, and there's going to be a lot of police officers, defunding the police, especially in California. I'm doing a thing later this week where I'm talking to the cops, and don't worry, things are going to get better. They don't even want to pull over traffic tickets because if they put the guy in jail, they're out in 15 minutes. So the police officers' morale is very low. Again, after the new administration takes over, it's going to, I think, yes, we're going to find her. They're going to find her alive.
Hey, thanks for watching.
I don't know what that has to do with the new administration. I disagree with him respectfully. That has nothing to do with I don't know what that like I've been doing cases like this too. That has nothing to do with the administration. I don't know. Respectfully, I kindly disagree. But no. I think that it has nothing to do with the administration. It has something to do with all stations doing what they have to do to make sure, all departments are so different on how they handle these situations. Look what happened with Gabby Petito, Madeline Soto, Riley Strain. They are the ones that limit their resources. It all starts with the department. They are the ones that's going to pay, hey, we're going to spend this much money. We're going to do this much to solve this much to see if we can find this much. Gabby Petito, you want me to be honest with you? You want me to be very blunt and be direct because I'm not going to be fake for no other YouTuber, news, whatever. Gabby Petito had so much money spent on her for all these places trying to find her for multiple reasons. And you want to know what's the number one reason? Was social media. Her story went viral across numerous platforms. It has gained so much attention that it brought down heat on these departments. And they were like, okay, well, we can't look bad, so we got to spend this money. That is a fact. That's the truth. And that's exactly this. We need to change that. Stop it. It ain't that. I disagree 100%. It is how much heat, how much pressure we're going to put on these departments to actually do their job. Because, hey, listen, I'm talking about Hannah Kobayashi. But guess what? Another girl went missing yesterday. Why am I talking about her right now? Because I don't know enough about it. I probably didn't hear about it. It's because it's how much is being pushed into TV, into your phones, into these stations. They can't report every single missing person every single time or every minute because everybody's missing every single hour. It's just a fact. It is unfortunate. Yes. It is terrible. Yes. But don't blame them. Don't blame me. I'm just the host of the show who is feeling sad about a missing girl. And it so happened to cross me, my view, my case, my files. And this one breaks my heart because she's missing and everybody's heard about it. That's why I'm covering it, just like Riley Strain, Gabby Petito, Madeline Soto, you name it. That is exactly why. Was that loud? Was that sound effect very loud? Was that loud? Hold on, that hurt me. No, be honest, was that loud or no? So it's I just didn't like that finish right there. A new administration, it ain't that. What a new administration, everything's gonna be the same. It's just there's good ones, there's bad ones. It's just like, I'm gonna be honest, there's unethical ones. That's just goes by state and what happens. That's just what it is. That's just what it. Me doing all these cases, I have realized this so much, and it isn't favoritism or nothing like that. It's just what case reaches many ears and eyes. If we all really applied pressure, there's change. If someone reads a story and you just next it, what? It's all about being pushed into this algorithm so we can apply pressure to these departments to actually do their job. You think they want to spend money on these resources? Come on now. Come on now. No political talk in the chat. You're going to get timed out automatically. This has nothing to do with no Biden, Donald Trump, Republican, Democrats. You're going to get just blocked. Like, I'm not. Control yourself. This is about a missing girl. Her father just died. Have respect. They say nothing about any of that. I'm not doing no political stuff. I'm over that. I'm tired of it. I want to talk about true crime and I want to solve it. I want to do good right now. That's what I want to do.
But what we have believed to be telling people is true.
This is Hannah Kobayashi's family. Her aunts and her dad in Los Angeles, a city where none of them live, desperately searching for the 30-year-old who's been missing for more than a week.
We honestly don't know what to do.
Her family telling NBC News they believe Hannah is in physical danger.
There's reason to believe through video surveillance that Hannah is not okay. And
You see that? Do you hear that? That part right there. They keep talking about video surveillance. What did they see that this father right here, why him, is what I'm saying. I, for 1 second, do not believe that this man took his own life. No, I don't. I just don't. But why him? The family knows more things. They've seen more. They talk to the department, FBI. Why this poor man who is sad about his daughter? Did he find out about something? Did he know something? Did he went to a specific area where he recognized something? Did he confront the wrong person? 4 a.m.? Took his life? Does this sound right to you? I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question right now. Does this sound normal? Does this sound right to you? I want to see your comments. Comment now, please. Because there is no way out of 13 days of looking, he's going to unalive himself knowing that he didn't find his daughter. He has many other daughters. He's not going to take his life away just to leave his others, let alone the one he can't find. No, come on. He has a little baby girl home. He has a little child home. Hannah's little baby sister. Come on. I got a document that I'm going to show you. Actually, I'm going to send it to the members. If you're a member, it's going to be in the group. So look out in the group. I got a document for you that was on Reddit that actually makes a very interesting point about the father, about the daughter. Because if I'm working on this case all day, and the map that I found, come on, he unalived himself? Really? 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 In that parking lot right next to the airport?
everything everything that we have been telling the media, that we've been telling the police, has now been confirmed. We cannot speak on it because we do not want to hinder the investigation. But what we have believed to be telling people is true. And we cannot speak more on that. But it has been confirmed.
See, they can't speak. They have more information. This is what I'm saying. They have more stuff. And I totally respect that and I understand that. God bless this family. They are going through 2 tragic losses. 2. But that's the thing, is that whoever took Anna knows that they have more information. They had the father. That's what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm telling you now? It is the people who have the most information. You think this group, this organization, whoever took Anna is going to take a federal department agent? You think they're going to take a police officer or an FBI agent? No, that's risk to the department. When you kill one of their own, when you take a life of another officer, all hands on deck. That department will be up in everybody's ASS. But he's just a father looking for his daughter. He's a father looking for his daughter. And he knows a lot. He was asking questions, handing out flyers. They targeted him. They took this man. This man knew something. He saw the footage. They know more. He flew out. He was a risk to what he knew. If you go searching for answers, what's going to happen? Come on, get out of my face.
To us that Hannah is in danger.
On November 8th, she took a flight from her hometown in Hawaii, heading to visit her aunt in New York. She left Maui and landed at LAX, but according to her family, missed her connection flight to New York.
She only had about 30 to 45 minutes to get from one terminal to the other, and she didn't make it.
Surveillance video capturing her as she exited a jetway at LAX. Her family says they were communicating with her. They believe she had a standby ticket and was trying to get on another flight to New York, but decided to spend time exploring LA while she waited.
Here's the LeBron James event.
A video posted to
That's her right there.
YouTube seemingly catching her for a split second at a Nike event at the city's Grove Mall. But as the days went by, friends and family say they started to get odd texts.
It started to get extremely strange and scary. We started getting text message. Basically, the verbiage was unlike her, using words like hun, babe, things that she normally in her own text weren't saying. She said that someone was stealing her identity, that she felt scared, weird things like the Matrix.
One exchange obtained by our Honolulu affiliate KHNL said, quote, I got tricked pretty much into giving away all my funds for someone I thought I loved. It's been really scary. By Monday, November 11th, her family says all communication stopped. Their panicked calls went straight to voicemail.
I'm just twisting and turning and spinning. It's just crazy, and it is every parent's worst nightmare.
A spokesperson for the Los Angeles Police Department confirming to NBC News a missing persons report for Hannah Kobayashi was filed on the 15th, and detectives are actively investigating. Her family also organizing searches of their own, eagerly waiting for any news of their beloved Hannah.
We might be small, but we are mighty, and we are going to find you. And don't you dare think that we for a second will give up on this. You are in our hearts. The entire world is looking for you. You are that special.
And Hannah's family says they believe she is still wearing glasses. They also think she probably has a dark green moss-colored backpack with her. If you see her anywhere around Los Angeles or think you know anything, her family and the LAPD are asking that you contact authorities immediately. If you are wanting to help in terms of canvassing or a search effort, there's information related to that on a Facebook page set up by the family called Help Us Find Hannah. Tom.
Okay, Ellison Barber. Ellison, we thank you for that.
Help us find Hannah. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. The Kobayashi family. I'm doing my part. What I can say to you is traveling groups, never give up. Seek justice for not only Hannah, but Ryan as well. I never knew how dangerous it could be that they can treat women as a commodity. If you really think about it this way, Hannah is a very beautiful, intelligent, inspiring person who is going to New York for a gig, a job, to be a photographer. That was the plan. If that plan did not fall through, then that could only mean one thing. Someone intervened with her path. There is no other way. No one cannot just vanish and disappear. That's not normal. If it was, I wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. Your daughters and families, everybody in Thanksgiving that you're about to celebrate, it will be a common thing. This woman randomly sends a text messages to say I had a spiritual awakening, but then spotted on Sunday wearing headphones? Who are you kidding me? I could put the clues together. I pay attention. You're not going to fool me. But to not only say that, but to use words that you don't use in text messages, for your phone to now turn off, for the father to leave, to search for his daughter, and in searching, he ends up turning dead. The only one that turns up dead. Heather Geyer, you became a supporter. Thank you, Heather Geyer, for becoming a supporter on Facebook. I appreciate you very much. This is why you can't just sit back as an audience and say, well, maybe he was sad. Maybe he was just depressed. I mean, what's going on? What are you doing? Was Epstein sad and depressed when he hung himself in his jail cell? I mean, can you explain that to me? No. I don't think so. All these mysterious deaths. Don't get me started on Diddy, where they all end up, Diddy's bodyguard, end up, dead in pneumonia. His ex-wife died of a pneumonia. And then it was confirmed that Diddy poisoned Jamie Foxx. Allegedly. And what did Jamie Foxx had? Pneumonia. You see what I'm saying? When it comes to the rich and powerful or the most successful, whatever they're doing, they don't want to jeopardize what they have, what they got. And in this case, a beautiful girl like this in a tourist attraction place, LAX in LA. I mean, this sounds like the movie Taken to me. Does it not? This sounds like Taken. This sounds just like the movie Taken. But in this case, the father has committed suicide. And then what? There's people on TikTok. You got TikTok people that says, oh, the family did this. Oh, the family's responsible. What do you have to say about that now? That the father has now committed suicide. You deleted your TikTok accounts? You deleted your post? Because weren't you the same people that says, oh, the father's in somebody? The father was in Hawaii. The father went looking for his daughter. Oh, he must be responsible. He died. Oh, no, I didn't say that. You did. Stop always thinking that it all stems from every time the family. Things do happen like that. It does. But there are bad people on this world. Trafficking is real. Kidnapping is real. Harm intent is real. Strangers, it's real. If you put the clues together, LAX, tourist attraction, Los Angeles, beautiful girl, father went searching, he's gone. Last known image, well, was the Grove one, the LeBron James event. And the strange text message, does that not scream something to you? Does that scream that someone's trying to hide their path? Is that not screaming to you? That someone is telling you, and by the way, there's no clues, there's no follow-up, there's no lead-up, there's no, hey, have you seen this guy? Hey, have you seen this? Hey, have this video. Hey, have this. They usually do that. Nothing. They have found nothing. That means that whoever's behind this is well organized. They have done this before. And mind you, by the way, right before I started streaming today's podcast, I was on the phone with my friend, and guess what she shared on her Instagram? She said, hey, I know you was covering that case with Hannah. Yeah, I just got that text message. there's an RV going around saying that they're stealing children in Los Angeles. It's a common thing out there in LA. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Jesus Christ. This is real. Just because it didn't happen to you, that doesn't make it not real. It would be real if it happened to you, right? Spread the message, spread the word. And for whoever is this mysterious person, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. The feds probably have information on you. But I know who did. Who else saw that footage? It was the aunts and Ryan. Let's continue the story. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, you can become a member on Novesity True Crime Podcast, where you can get your crown or your badge. This is a small intermission just to let you know that you can become a member and join the family where you get numerous perks. At the end of this podcast, I'm going to share some information with members only. Hopefully, maybe we could do a members only stream just like we used to do back in the day, which would be great. You have numerous perks, especially one that's coming very soon. Hint, hint in the screen somewhere. But that's for you to figure out. So shout out to all my members. If you have a green name or that beautiful crown badge or that heart badge on Facebook or this on YouTube, so thank you supporting Novesity directly. You're a king, you're a queen, and we thank you. And I thank you so much for being part of the Novesity Nation. Let's continue with this true crime story of Hannah Kobayashi.
The family from Hawaii we told you about, they're dealing with a double heartbreak. First, the 31-year-old named Hannah went missing in Los Angeles.
On YouTube, let's have a follow train. Hit that subscribe button. I want you guys to look right here. I want you guys to look right here. I want you to think and look at this image. How can he do this to himself out of nowhere, ladies and gentlemen? You know where this is at, right? You know where this is at, right? It is the place that I found right here. It is the place where I found right here. So let's do a little bit of more investigation, okay? Hey, do me a favor. What is the least amount of traffic in Los Angeles LAX airport? Is it like between the hours of 2 to 5 a.m. when it's the least amount of traffic, especially within parking lots?
Yes, the least amount of traffic at Los Angeles International Airport, LAX, typically occurs during the overnight hours, particularly between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. This is when most flights have already landed or departed, and airport activity is at its lowest. The parking lots and surrounding roads are also much quieter during this time, making it easier to navigate. However, keep in mind that
somebody did this to this man where there was barely any people in that parking lot. They probably kidnapped him, took him, threatened him, beat him, threw him off. And if you look very closely, I want you to look very closely. Look very closely within the parking lot. You can't see shit in that parking lot. Have a look. You can barely see the cars. Oh my gosh. That's how I put the clues together. I looked at the time of when there was less traffic and less parking and empty slots between 2 and 5 a.m. When did he die? 4 a.m. 4 a.m. By the way, when was the text message that Hannah sent to her aunt? What time was that? 5 a.m. How many coincidences do we have in this true crime story? We have 4 coincidences so far. Coincidence after coincidence after coincidence? Oh, I don't believe in that. Maybe 1, but not 3 and 4. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus.
I'm just twisting and turning for the last week about what's going on.
Just 6 days before his death, Kobayashi told me he was overwhelmed by the disappearance of his daughter. We now know that Hannah's father was scouring Skid Row, searching for any signs of his daughter in LA's rundown dystopian-like streets filled with homeless and those who are down and out. Hannah's aunt, Larry Pigeon.
He was searching tirelessly all into the hours, going to places like Skid Row. At this point,
he was searching. The father was searching. The father. I'm going to say that again. The father was searching. Keep that in mind.
we believe that she is abducted. We believe that she is trafficked.
Hannah Kobayashi missed a connecting flight to New York from LAX on November 9th. Her family became worried after she sent a text saying, "I got tricked into pretty much giving away all my funds for someone I thought I loved." She was seen on surveillance at the Grove Shopping Center on November 10th and remains missing. Her family says the search has been marred by false, wild conspiracy theories, some even pointing fingers at Hannah's father. What was
Oh, come on. Are you people really blaming the father? You know what? I always say keep an open mind, but come on. He's now deceased.
Seeing all of those comments like for him?
Hurtful. I mean, we're a headline to people at this point, you know, but we're humans.
Online citizen sleuths speculate that Hannah may have been swept into a controversial community that critics allege may be a cult. Escaping Twin Flames is a Netflix docuseries that accuses the leaders of Twin Flames universe of brainwashing members into paying money as they take classes in search of their soulmate.
It's not their true twin flame.
Hannah's social media shows she was following 4 different Twin Flame sites.
We want to keep every
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, fuck. I'm going to come back to this.
everyone looking and saying Hannah's name and trying to find her.
Twin Flames Universe has denied allegations that they're a cult and that they brainwash members.
They just ended it just like that? Really? Chat, do you guys remember what case that we covered early this year that sounds a little something like this? Now, I'm not saying that this is the cult that did this. I don't know yet. What I do know is this, and which I really do believe. And I'm going to come back to this cult, okay? The father was the only one that went out there looking to do this, right? Similar times, location. That's too much of a coincidence for me. Just because she followed some cult members, that doesn't mean that, they did it. Or could it be that they did? I'm keeping an open mind. This is all speculation. I am not saying that they did. But you know what sounds so familiar, ladies and gentlemen? Let's put the human trafficking, somebody kidnapped her to the side. Let's put it to the side. Let's put it right here. A kidnapping organization, human trafficking. Let's put it right here. Put it in this bubble right here. Right? Now, let's put the cult twin flames in this bubble right here. Now, we have two different bubbles. Who's responsible? Right? When it comes to two of these groups, they paid attention to the news. And you want to know how I know? Because they knew that the father was in LAX. They've been watching the news. But who did it? Well, here's the thing. Who did it, right? So no one seems to know the answer to the question of where this sounds so familiar at. You know that somehow some person took their own life and this doesn't sound right. Well, I'm going to show you a picture and I want you guys all to comment the name because someone has a little bit of a church cult and they was threatening to say something, but guess what happened? Ladies and gentlemen, does this sound familiar to you? Does this case sound very familiar to you? I'm waiting for the comments to come because you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly who this is. This beautiful, does this sound familiar to you, ladies and gentlemen? I want to hear it. Correct. Micah. Exactly. Exactly. Now you guys are connecting the dots. I'm seeing it. Now you guys are connecting the dots. Now I'm seeing the comments in the chat. Because like I said to you from the beginning, somebody's responsible. She didn't just disappear. It doesn't happen. But ironically, coincidentally, that the father does as well. It sounds like somebody's responsible. Somebody doesn't want to get any leads to them. Somebody doesn't want to get any leads to them. Got it memorized? Keep that in mind.
Family of a young woman who'd gone missing earlier this month. She'd last been seen about to change planes at Los Angeles International Airport.
Hit that follow and subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. I would appreciate that very, very much. I see a lot of people are hitting that follow button. That means a lot to me. If you don't know who I am, my name is Nove. Welcome to Novesity. I cover true crime on this YouTube and Facebook channel where we try to, listen, I cover true crime, but I like to solve it. I want to get down to the nitty gritty. I want answers. I'm not waiting on, I'm tired of waiting. I've been waiting on documents. I got to wait for police to, so we can see the surveillance video. All this happened. Savannah Soto, Madeline Soto was all failed. It was failed. Me, I get into the mother, you know what I'm saying? I get in it. I get passionate. I know I yell, I scream. That's just me. I want to get involved. We get involved. That's what we do here in Novesity.
Now her father, who went to LA to search on his own, has been found dead.
It's a tragic and unexpected turn in the mystery of the tourist from Hawaii who went missing in Los Angeles. Her grief-stricken father, who rushed from Hawaii to lead the search for Hannah Kobayashi, has...
Hey, chat, matter of fact, I want us to watch this video. This is interesting.
Hannah Kobayashi's family is still searching for the missing 31-year-old Maui woman.
And even after, they're grieving the dad, but they're still looking. They're still taking information.
Who disappeared 2 weeks ago, and her phone was last located in the Los Angeles airport. There was a tragic development in the case over the weekend. LA police found the body of Hannah's father, Ryan Kobayashi, near the airport. The LA medical examiner's office determined he took his own life. Bryce Moore has the latest on this case.
Several members of Hannah Kobayashi's family, including her father, Ryan Kobayashi, traveled to Los Angeles after her disappearance. The family says they learned this past Saturday from investigators that she's likely being held against her will in LA.
We're getting triplets. Investigators, we just know that it's like what they've been telling us is that
we're getting triplets, from the investigators. We just know that it's like what they've been telling us is that it's serious. Did you guys take a look at what she just said? Guys, you have to understand, the father and Laurie are the connection. They are the bridge between the information, what they know. They know more than us because they talk to the FBI. They talk to investigators. They talk to the investigators. We haven't. The investigators even told them, hey, not too much information. Not too much information. Don't tell nobody this is still an open investigation because it's going to harm the investigation if you do. That's why I like to look at clues from what the families are saying, so we get to know more. We have to know more.
that it's serious. The words
yes, Isabel, correct.
Like human trafficking, abduction, those are becoming a reality in our life. And I think that's another reason that, Ryan he just couldn't handle that reality,
According to the LA County Coroner's Office, Ryan Kobayashi died over the weekend. The family is adamant that the story stays focused on Hannah, who could still be in danger.
Hannah's still missing. We're holding on by a thread, but we're not giving up, Bryce.
The LAPD says there is an open investigation regarding Hannah, but will not confirm any other information. The former special agent in charge of Homeland Security Investigations Honolulu says withholding information is not unusual when it comes to potential human trafficking.
They will look and take steps incrementally to gain ground. Sometimes they will lose ground and put out information to see if they can trigger any type of activity. But in this case, I'm sure they've pulled out all stops. And, there's probably many, many agencies that are engaged in this activity.
Families still in LA are focusing their efforts around Union Train Station, the Arts District, and the Crypto.com arena, hoping that a break in the case is still possible 14 days after surveillance video captured Hannah with an unidentified person around 10 p.m. at a subway station near the Crypto arena.
We're hoping by canvassing, with her poster that if someone sees her, they remember our conversation. They have, most of the tips that are coming in are through flyers.
Anyone with information about Hannah's disappearance or knowledge of her is asked to contact the LAPD. Bryce Moore, KHON2 News, working.
Now I want to ask you, and I mean this respectfully, do you in your heart, do you believe that Hannah is still alive out there? Do you believe she is still alive out there? Do you believe that? Do you think that we may still have a chance? She could still be very much alive. We want to have faith. We want to have hope and purpose for her. I know she went missing earlier this month. All we can do is have faith, as you do when it comes to listen, that's the best we can do. It's just so sad with the father. But here's what I can say. Now that what happened to the father, what happened to him, you may be trying to cover in your tracks, whoever you are, whether you're the cultist group or you're the human trafficking people, whoever you are, organization. You're not that intelligent. And let me tell you why. Because you taking his life is proof that you have something to hide. And you're damn stupid for that. You can fool LAPD because they have to go with a structured law. They have to go with evidence and proof. Us, we don't have to go by that. We can go by what we see, we call bullshit. We don't have to go by law. We don't have to. Why do you think there is such thing as law? Because it's meant to be broken for it to be put in place. We don't have, we have an option to do that. And I'm not an officer. I'm not an agent. I run a true crime podcast that, and I call bullshit, I'm going to call it. You killed the guy. He's gone. Coincidentally. 4 a.m. Get out of here. When no one's watching, no one could look. Where is anything? Nothing. Something happened here. Something happened here where he fell off right here. He committed just suicide. He wanted to just jump by himself. Something happened. Something. Because this behavior is uncommon. Ladies and gentlemen, Carmen with the first super chat of today. Carmen, let's get some Debbie's in the chat for our first super chat today. How are you, Carmen? Thank you so much for the $1.99. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I told you guys that I wanted to take some phone calls, and I'm gonna stick with my word. So, do not call, only text with your name. If you are a member, you get priority. So text with your Facebook or YouTube name and let me know if you're a member or not. If you are a member with that name, you get priority. You get longer time calls, you name it. If you're just a regular follower, subscriber, you will come next right after, okay? So that's the phone number right there. Do not call. Just text with your name and I'll give you a ring. I want you to tell me what you think. Give me your thoughts, what you believe. Brown Sugar with the $1.99 looking fine. She says, never give up hope, says Brown Sugar. Well said, Brown Sugar. We won't because we're going to keep this going. So that's the number. We're going to take phone calls now on Novesity while I can hear your thoughts. What you believe would happen. Tell me any information. Anything that I probably even must have missed. Please give me your thoughts. Facebook, I'm going to put the number right now. Give me 1 second. My apologies. Getting the number for you right now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you got the number. The number is pinned. So text with your name and I'm going to give you a call. Please make sure you have a good connection. There's no loud TV playing and no loud noises in the back so we can have clear line of communication. That would be great. Now, let's go back to this map, okay? Oh, by the way, there was an update today. What was it? Yeah, there was an update, right? I have an article that was... Oh, yeah, you can call in. You can text. I'm going to call you in. Don't worry about it. Don't be shy, guys. You're going to be live on the air. Don't worry about it. You're fine. We got 200 people on Facebook, and then we got 422 people on YouTube, and we're growing very fast. Please do not call. Please do not call. Just text with your name. And let me know if you're a member or not, okay? I would appreciate that so much. Let's go back to that timeline that I wanted to talk about. So this timeline, ladies and gentlemen, this is a timeline of Hannah. November 8th, flew in Miami. Flew in from Maui to LA, missed connecting flight to New York. November 9th, seen at the Grove Shopping Center, went back to LAX, called aunt. You see that, right? You see that word on the 9th that she called the aunt? She called the aunt. November 10th, spotted on video at the Nike event at the Grove. That means she was still alive. She was fine. She was aware. But the day of November 11th, went back to LAX, sent odd text messages, and left airport with unknown person. Ladies and gentlemen, something happened on November 11th. Something happened. Something happened on November 11th. All right, let's get our let's jump into the calls. Laura with the 2 super chats. She says, it is so sad to see people missing on a daily basis, says Laura Martinez. Laura, this is why I'm strict with my kids. I'm strict with my women. I don't play with them too. Even for the fellas, there is young boy trafficking. It's sad. Be aware, stay safe, travel in groups, especially at night. Carmen with the $4.99. She says, why aren't they showing the man's photo that she last seen with? Maybe someone would have recognized him. You see, Carmen, some departments really do that. Some of them don't do that. It just procedure within each department. They don't want to they feel like they're going to jeopardize the case. They have shown this to the family, I'm pretty sure, because they even said that they showed the surveillance to the family. The family showed the surveillance. That's why I'm very suspicious upon his death. You get it? It's his death. That is why I'm suspicious. Because one of the family members saw the surveillance tape. That's why I'm suspicious. This is why I would never give up, and it makes no sense. This is why I'm like this. All right, we got some callers. We got people texting. They're ready. Are you guys ready to take some calls? Let's hear some thoughts. Text. Don't be shy. I'm going to give you a call. I'm going to give you a ring. I'm going to hear what you got to say. This is going to be interesting because collectively we put our thoughts together. We're a good team. I want to help this family. I want to help Hannah and me. I want to help Ryan get justice because I truly believe that he did not take his life regardless. Hello, caller. You are live on the air. This is Novesity. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, caller. Hey, I'm talking. Uh-oh. She can't hear us. Caller.
Hello.
Caller. Yep, I'm here. Uh-oh. Caller. Caller.
Hello.
Yeah. What's happening? She can't hear us? Hey, caller, can you hear me? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hey, can you hear me? Uh-oh. We got some technical difficulty, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I don't think it's my end. I do apologize, guys. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix this. I don't think it's my end because there's nothing wrong on my end. I do apologize for this. Sorry, so sorry. Let me see just in case if it is me. I don't think so. Nope. Let's try one more time, guys. Let's try one more time. I do apologize. We're gonna have our caller. Cassie?
Hey, no.
Hey, Casey. This is No from the Vest. Oh, whoa. That's loud. Okay. You mind going to a quiet place, please?
Yep, I'm there. Can you hear me better?
Hello?
No, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. It's just
okay.
You know, it's just very loud, but we got you. You're good. How's it going?
Okay.
Is it Casey?
Yeah, Casey.
Casey, thank you so much for wanting to participate. So please, you're live definitely. On the air. Please give us your thoughts on this case, please.
Okay, here's my thing and what I was saying. First of all, the text messages that they showed, the screenshot where they were received at like 5:39 or 5:49 a.m. We got to remember if that was from one of her family's phones, possibly they were on the East Coast. So in California, it would have actually been around 2:50 a.m. that those messages actually came through. That was one thing that I was thinking of. I mean, still middle of the night.
Right. But I think it's a 2-hour difference, is it not?
No, it's 3 hours because I live on the East Coast. It's 3 hours earlier in LA than here.
Let me check.
Than on the East Coast, yeah.
It's 2 hours. It's 2 hours. It's not 3.
It's 3 because you're in New York, I'm in Virginia. It's 3 hours. New Mexico is Mountain Standard Time. That's 2 hours, but
No.
California is 3.
No. So what I'm saying to you is the text message from Hawaii is 2 hours before LA. You get it?
Oh, okay.
So that screenshot, what we have, would be 5:30 her time. So if it was 5:39, that means in LA, wouldn't that be from Hawaii to LA? Wouldn't that be 2 more hours? No.
Yeah, I just know there's a 3-hour time difference from here to LA. Now I don't know.
Right. I just Googled it. Yes, it says 2 hours. That's strange.
Yeah, that is because I was born in LA, so but anyway, I wasn't sure about the timing with that. But also now with this father, like you were talking about the movie Taken, and another point I had was even in that movie, they had scouts at the airport, out by the taxis that, would look for young girls and then find a way to either share a cab with them so they could see where they were going and then trail them later on. It sounds crazy, but this stuff happens, so that could be a real possibility that they just have people sitting in LAX,
right.
Keeping an eye out.
Right. So that's what I was thinking, because all of this stems from LAX. She was at the Grove Shopping Center to get the charger, but then she would leave and then go back. And we don't know why she did that. We just know that it was just a charger. But anything after or even before that, we don't know her intent was. We just know LAX, the Grove, and then we also know the other place where it was the LeBron James event. Now, what I can say is she went back to LAX. You see what I'm saying? So after she went back, it was dead. That's it. That was the communication, the phone.
Right.
We don't know anything. And that was the last known location. And coincidentally, the father is gone exactly at LAX.
Yeah. I mean, there's something going on at LAX. Because it just, and it doesn't make any sense to me that she would go back to the Grove twice. If she missed her flight on, what was it, the 8th? Missed her connecting flight to New York. To me, I would be kind of just staying around the airport. I wouldn't be, in the list, her itinerary that she wrote down was so specific and detailed. And even this was for her to go check out LA for a couple days when she had a gig to get to in New York just doesn't make sense to me.
Exactly.
I can see the one time going and getting a charger and charging your phone, but I also believe airports like hospitals nowadays, they have chargers right there for any kind of phone to use. Now, I'm not sure about airports. So she could have, I'm sure most likely, or gotten a charger at the airport. I don't know what the point was of her going farther down into LA from the airport. If I'm trying to make a connecting flight, I'm going to be staying at the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that 2+ days went by before she went back, I don't know, it's just concerning. It's definitely weird. And then the father, my other point was, if you were going to unalive yourself, first of all, you wouldn't do it after, in the middle of trying to find your daughter without getting answers. And there are plenty of ways to do that without having to jump off a 7-story,
exactly
building. That just makes no sense. If he, the people saying he was really grief stricken, I'm sure the whole family is, but he wouldn't do that to his family knowing they're already going through that. This was a father who cared about his child. I know initially last night's podcast, they were saying he was like estranged from her, but that's still his baby girl. So if he's flying all the way there and kind of running the whole thing, you would not give up on your child like that, or the rest of your family, because, and then to jump off of a building, no, it screams something very, very wrong going on.
Right. Exactly.
So,
I'm sure, like even at the time that he jumped from that building, which was around 4 a.m. Well, he was found around 4 a.m.
Right. But again, like you were saying, middle of the night, people aren't going to be seeing a lot of stuff, because LAX, well, of course, is one of the largest airports in the nation. People constantly coming and going, but the fact that he probably did start there and he was looking for clues, probably went to shops and everything in the airport, asking if they'd seen her. So it makes sense that if he had a rental car or, whatever when he got there.
Wait a minute. You know what I'm thinking? Wait a minute.
Yeah, because he didn't have a car. He would have had
Wait a minute. No, I just thought about something. Wait a minute. Why? Wait a minute. Okay, this is wrong. This is wrong. Think about it, chat, and everybody. Listen up very closely. Why would the father want to go to a parking lot if he's visiting? But not only that, if we can't find Hannah near the airport or anything where someone would probably kill her and take her life, but we find the father so easily, but the daughter, she's missing.
Yep. The only thing I can think of, and like I know some other people have said in the chat, is that he might have gotten a call or something from somebody who said they had information and met him there, and he found his demise there. But in no way do I think he unalived himself.
Right.
No way.
Right.
No way.
But think about it. Why isn't he missing?
Right. Because they had a cover story. I mean, father flies into town searching for his missing child. And look, they said they did the autopsy. How fast did that autopsy come out? Sometimes we wait weeks and weeks to hear the results of an autopsy. And they ruled it a suicide that quickly. Something that doesn't make sense to me either.
That's what I was saying yesterday. They quickly automatically said, hey, just suicide. That's it.
Yep. And I think whoever may have done something to him knew that would be the perfect cover story. Oh, he was grief-stricken and didn't know what to do with himself. But you would not leave the rest of your family there to then have that trauma to go through as well while looking for your daughter. You wouldn't do that, especially not knowing what had happened to her. He'd want answers. I know I would, for any family member. I don't have kids myself, but if any of my family or friends went missing, I'd want the answers, and I wouldn't stop until I got them. So
correct.
It's crazy. I think, there's going to be a lot more details coming out little by little, but I think you're right about definitely listening to what the family said, because the aunt, who was the one who lives in New York, and that it sounded like she may have stayed with, it sounds like they definitely know something, and that it is more geared towards what they thought, which initially she said they thought maybe she was abducted or drugged or, so I don't know if they're going to find, because organizations like this can move so quickly. And somebody did put in the comments, like, she may still be alive, but she's probably not even in the country anymore. They probably got her out of there so fast once this became national news,
Well, I mentioned
and then
something
they're covering
yesterday.
up their tracks. Yeah.
I mentioned something yesterday where I'm going to say something, and guys, I don't mean to be vile. I don't mean to be, I'm just being realistic, but I pray to the heavens above this is not true. More than likely, they're going to cover the tracks from her. So they're going to, if trafficking her was their narrative, if that's what they wanted to do, she's too much of a risk to be trafficked at this point. If somebody to spot her.
Exactly.
Because if this is going to be national headlines, imagine when this case turns into international. So if she's going to be trafficked, it's a risk. So what they're going to do is, you know what, chat?
Yeah.
God forbid. I'm hoping that she's just alive, drugged
If they
somewhere.
haven't already. I mean, we already know they're covering up tracks with the father.
Exactly.
Because I 100% refuse to believe he did that to himself. No way.
Exactly. Okay, see, listen, thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming.
It was so good talking to you. I've been watching you since Gabby Petito. Like, I'm sorry I can't become a member. Money's a little tight, but I love watching you all the time. I've been watching for years now, and you're amazing, and the passion you have is awesome. So it was so good to get a chance to actually talk to you.
Of course. It was great. Thank you. You're very intelligent. I love your insight. Thank you so much. Okay.
Oh, thank you. Love you too, Nov, and love to the chat.
All right now. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, let's get our next caller. That was a good call. We're getting a lot of people that wanted to take phone calls. I love everyone thinking. I love that. I want to hear your opinion. I want to get down and gritty to this case. I want to understand it. I want to help this girl, and I want the truth to find out what happened to her and her father. All right. Next caller. I want a member. I want members. Where's my members at? Members. I got another member right here. Let's get it. Everybody hit that like button for me real quick. Facebook, where we're at in likes. We got another call coming in right now. Where we at, Facebook? How are we doing with everything? Okay, 200 people watching, only 30. My Facebook people, do me a favor. Hit that share button for me, please. Hit that like button for me. We are like way down. Can we get 100 shares today? It would mean a lot to me. I want to get this information out there. I want to help this girl. I want this to be an infection in everyone's feeds on Facebook. That would mean a lot to me. It's not only for true crime, but it's also spreading awareness for this missing girl, especially her father, who sadly died under mysterious circumstances. YouTube, we have 224 likes, guys. We try to get to 300. I want to get that number out there. I want to push, hit that like button. You can even push like on your TV if you're watching on your TV, your iPad, your Game Boy Advance, your mirror, whatever you have, you're watching this, hit that like button for me. You can do that. I would appreciate that so much. We got a member who is an executive that's coming onto the call right now. It's the wonderful Crystal.
Hey, Nov.
Crystal with the whistle. She's official. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you so much for wanting to call in. This is Crystal. She is an executive member, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear what she has to say. How are you, Crystal? Thank you for following the story here.
Yeah, of course. So my first thing is I was trying to message you in the chat, so I didn't have to worry about calling, but whatever. I can't, for some reason, I can't super chat today. So I have a couple of things. One that stuck out to me was one of her text messages said something about the Redwoods was calling her and it being like underground Matrix-ish. And it just stuck out to me about the Grove and the fact that there is some kind of a cult club. Somebody said it in the chat when I messaged you.
Twin Flames?
No, the Bohemian Grove.
Okay.
That's like for the rich and powerful men in LA. It's in the Redwoods. And so I'm wondering if she was taken there, maybe. Also, the biggest thing is, why did she miss her connecting flight in the first place? Like, what was it that she missed her connecting flight for? Because I didn't catch that part.
Right. She was just late. She just missed her flight. But the part that I'm confused about, Crystal, is why didn't she just book another flight? That day, the next day, I don't understand that.
Right. Did she know somebody else in LA that she went and possibly met and decided to stay for a few days?
There were rumors that she met with an ex or something like that. There was text messages as well. I do have those. I'm going to post that all to the members group. I got you. And what's strange about it is that this guy only shows up at the last day. This mysterious man that no one knows about all of a sudden shows up that day. He wasn't seen with her at the Grove, at the LeBron James event. Not the 9th, not the 8th, not the 10th, but the 11th, that Monday. That's why this is strange. It's a mystery, isn't it?
Yeah. I definitely think that, I said this in the chat too, I think that, my opinion, that the father was kind of a wrench in someone's program and was getting a little too chatty. And I think because he did know or see the footage that they showed that they haven't showed us, I think somebody probably either texted him or alerted him somehow that they had information about Hannah and told him to meet them at the parking garage. And, you know, yeah, that's my opinion.
That's
like, come alone, don't tell anybody, I have information, I want to keep it secret kind of thing. And maybe they lured him there to shut him up. And honestly, him being found and her not being found, honestly, in my opinion, I think that was a message to everybody to shut up.
Because
if he's missing,
when I told
who knows,
you guys,
right?
Yeah, but when I told you guys that, how is her body missing? Her human is missing, but the father's isn't. You would think that they would be like, well, we need to take Hannah because we have intent with her, but also now we can't publicly show her. But with the with the father, you're not taking him just in case if you have anything that can lead to you. They just whoosh.
Yeah.
Done.
And then it was a message to everybody that's searching for her to shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
stop looking. Stop looking.
Yeah,
you know what this is.
Exactly.
She's gone. Yeah. She's gone. We took her. She's gone. You can't find her. And look what we did to her father. It's disgusting.
And that's why I think that he was, quote unquote found, but she hasn't been. I think that was a message, honestly. Yeah.
Chat, what do you think about that? I'm glad you're following this story. This is very interesting.
Yeah, of course.
Well, thank you.
Those are my opinions.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. That was
the Redwoods thing is what got me. Like if she actually had sent those messages to her friend, the first text messages about it being complicated and scary and the whole Redwoods Matrix thing. I mean, there's only one place in the Redwoods I could think of that would be like that, and that is the Bohemian Club. Because it's so private, you can't, it's for the rich and powerful men. That's where they go, and they burn this big old huge owl and sacrifice, and it's crazy. Look it up. It's crazy. But it's in LA. I believe it's in the Redwoods.
San Francisco,
it's in the forest. Yeah, it's in the forest. And people have tried to get in, like with YouTube cameras and stuff, and been escorted off by the police department, and it's a big thing. It's very secretive and exclusive.
Wait a minute. I did hear about this. Hold on. Wait a minute. Yes. Hell no. No. It's like a sacrificial ritual, right?
Right. And think about it. The rich and powerful men go there. Why? To hang out and have drinks? I don't think so. Not it being that exclusive and secretive.
And I can see those trees, the long trees. That's redwood. That's like in hold on.
And she was a photographer, right? So, like a press pass, she got a press pass for whatever this gig was that she was going to. So maybe she was trying to figure something out there and got too close and they took her. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
it's a lot of
it just
possibilities.
seems weird to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's interesting. Wow.
It's
Okay.
just a thought.
No,
Especially when she said
hey.
redwoods, that's what came to my mind. I was like, oh, shit.
It can be a thought, Crystal, but what you need to understand is we can't afford to think of something that could potentially be the answer. I'm going to take in what I can. I'm going to take, because at the end of the day, Crystal, listen to me. She's missing.
Mm-hmm.
The father isn't. She has something that people need and want. She's beautiful. She's young. God forbid. I don't mean to. I'm being very blunt and direct. I'm being honest. I'm being real, Crystal.
Right.
This is not what most people want to hear, Crystal, but it's true.
Yeah.
Human trafficking, just like the aunt said, is real. It is the number one most paid business on the planet. Do you know that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It is the most money maker on the planet. Nothing can top that.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. I'm gonna look into this too. I'm actually gonna look into every scenario. But listen, I hope I don't go missing by trying to go into this deep, because I'm not trying to go missing, because this is some serious shit.
Yeah, well, that's what she said in her text. It was a rabbit hole, underground matrix type crap, and that the redwoods were calling her. And I'm like, that doesn't make. Oh, yes, it does make sense. It clicked for me. So that's where my brain works.
Damn. All right, I'm gonna look into this. Thank you so much, Crystal. Good information.
Yep, you're
I love
welcome.
that. Amazing,
No
amazing like always. You better keep being amazing. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too. Appreciate Novesity and the fam. Hey, everybody. Love y'all chat. I'm going to go back to the chat now. Let somebody else talk.
All right, my Crystal. You take care now.
I will.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let me get Debs in the chat for that amazing call right now. If you don't know, chat, if you don't believe in human trafficking, literally, I don't know where you've been at. Guys, there's documentaries, there's proof, there's people, there's victims who escaped. Like, come on. There's movies, there's songs, there's pictures, there's videos. Like, guys, come on. Human trafficking, this is all real. Human organ trafficking, that's all real. You know what I'm saying? This is not no bullcrap stuff going on. For my Facebook people right now on Facebook, I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to go on YouTube and head there and subscribe for a better viewing experience. If you are a member on Facebook, do that also. Do that also. Do that also. Do that also. Thank you. Let me get some W's in the chat for Cole also. She did a good job modding today. I've been paying attention to you, Cole. Good job. It's a very good job. Yeah, I'm going to look into this. Guys, let me know if you want me to look more into this. So it's a bit crazy, but I don't want to give up on Hannah. I don't want to give up on Hannah. And I'm going to do more investigation, not only on this, but what I found out between this, and this that led me to this. Whoever did something, I'm cramming down, I'm circling this organization because it all started right here. This is ground zero. Whoever did this is where it all started. She arrived, last seen, and also the father committed suicide, so-called, right here. Right here. That's exactly where it is. That video that I showed you was on the left side. Right here. Natalie, I am so sorry to hear that you were trafficked. Listen, I would love, I'm going to say something, but I would love to interview people who have been in a similar situation. I am not exploiting. I'm not using you. I'm just trying to understand what can come about to this. So if you have or know anyone who has been trafficked, they don't have to. I always do this for years. I've talked to people who were mechanics, worked in airports, or a driver, or an Uber driver, or a pilot, security, who worked at this true crime place. So I do this all the time. I talk to many different people. If you know someone, tell them to shoot me up an email. Shoot up my mod's email, novesitymods@gmail.com. Reach out. Not novesity@gmail.com. Do not. That email is for business only. novesitymods@gmail.com. Please reach out. I would love to give you an interview. I want to know more about this case, and I want to get into it, the nitty-gritty, and I want to get my information correct and thoroughly correct. So please reach out to me via DM. That would mean a lot to me, okay? All right. Everyone, where is it at? I want to give my last condolences to Hannah, wherever you may be, baby girl. Let's hope you're alive. My severe condolences go out to the father. I'm so sorry, man. You were just doing what you need to do. No, I don't believe you committed suicide. And I'm going to continue to say your name, speak peace upon you, and fight for justice in your honor and on your heart, on your daughter's name. And may we find and know who this person is that was with her on that Monday. Before I go, remember, ladies and gentlemen, you can get your badge. You can get your crown on YouTube and your Facebook badge here. We are going podcast. We're doing podcasts every single day. I was thinking about doing a podcast on Thursday because I'm spending Thanksgiving alone by myself with my tree and my a plate of food by myself. So I'm going to be working every day, all day. I'll see what's to come. I'll make an announcement. Just make sure you follow the Discord. Click the link. My mods are going to post it right now. Facebook people, go to YouTube for more information. It's down in the description. Now, last thing before I go. Now, I was telling people to comment your comments in the video at the end of this podcast. Even the one before. And you guys actually did. You guys did. I looked. This is the podcast from yesterday. I went to the comments. It was great comments. Wonderful, good comments. Her dad must have known something that hasn't been released to the public for him to go off himself, especially in that way, says Sog on 1980. Very good comment. Let's go down. Where's the comments? Yep. Princess Amanda, beautiful Princess Amanda. She is a member for 3 months. She says, I really feel so sorry for her family. I do hope she's safe and comes home alive. Real talk, Sherry. She says, I don't know, but something in my spirit said, do not trust that auntie of hers. Just saying. That's her opinion. That's what she says. Personally, I don't believe that, but that's her opinion, though. Astaria says the dad and 2 other daughters besides Hannah, and I'm sure he loved them too. And I don't think he would jump and leave them fatherless. Well said. I liked it. And what did I say? Exactly. There is foul play involved. I'm going to like that and I'm going to love it. I'm about to pin your comment because that was great. She got tricked into giving all her funds into somebody that she thought she loved. So was either somebody she met or her father who is guilty. So, okay. So this person believes that it was somebody she met probably out there. It says Nicole, 5186. Heidi says, I think her dad could have committed suicide from the guilt of not being around her. Like he said, if you listen to the interview, his words was she was. His mindset was already his own. I got to look into that, Heidi. I got to look into that. Gondal became a Novesity executive. Woo-hoo. Oh my God. Everybody, let's welcome Gondal. Let's welcome Gondal. Welcome Gondal. I love your picture profile picture, by the way, Black Queen. Love that. Let's welcome her. She became an executive. That's a black on suit you just got there. Nicole Holder in the comments says her dad would have come back and told us if he offed himself, for me to believe that, it makes no sense. Someone knows something. Where is Hannah? Nicole Holder. I love it. I love it. I love it. She's been gone for 2 weeks of today. I'm listening. I hope you did your homework. Crank 99. I probably do more research, no offense, than you. I spent hours and hours of my day. I knew that she was gone since the 8th. I don't know who you are or if you've been paying attention, but that's okay. It happens, you know. But yes, correct, Mike Anderson. It all started at LAX and it definitely finished there. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it. So at the end of this podcast, Facebook people, run to YouTube, drop a comment on this video. Drop comments. I want to read it. I take my time and I read your comments. I love to see how you guys think and what you say, your responses. Critical thinking is crucial here. Think outside the box. You know, I'm open to theories and speculations, but remember, title them as speculations. We don't know things for fact. But I am open-minded and I'm willing to give you a chance and to listen to you and have you on my platform, especially with your comments, okay? Don't be shy. Comment away at the end of this podcast. All right? So thank you to all my members in the chats. Thank you for supporting Novesity, my king and queens, and my heart badges over at Facebook and YouTube. You guys are incredible. Something's coming. I can't say it just yet. I did already release it, but you don't have all the whereabouts yet. Because I invited people for special launching. Excuse me. No names, just members. If you are members, you get first dibs. Yes. So if you have a crown or a badge on Facebook, you get first dibs. You are the priority. You get first dibs. All right. And like the video before you leave. Comment, like, and share. Tag one person on Facebook and hit the subscribe button or hit the follow button. And I want to thank you all so much for being a part of the family, watching and helping me solve this and doing justice and doing right by this family. I know you guys don't owe nothing to anyone, but please, all I ask is for you to do me this favor and to help me out. You know, help me out. Help me understand this. Because your help will mean a lot to me. All right? So like I always say, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. I hope you guys will be here on the next one. Remember, like I always say, do good and die great. And I'll see you on the next one. Good night, everybody. I love you guys.